Alrighty. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Super Bear Adventure podcast. Why? Because I don't know, I feel like it. So if you want to listen to this, great. If not, then you can leave. But today I'm just going to go over. Basically, I'm just going to rant about nothing and anything that comes up because why not? So, the sort of topic that we're going to be going over is going to be the Snow Valley A plus B button challenge. Now I'm in Geocar mod, as you can see, Geocar mod, and I did the A plus B button challenge here in Snow Valley far before I had Geocar mod, so it was in vanilla SPA. And if my voice sounds weird, that's because I've been congested for a long time now, and I still am. Speaking of, actually, let's go up here. So, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind with lots of these bears is that they are so high up. I mean, look at Rudolph up there. Rudolph is so high up. John is not as high up. It's still high up though. It's still pretty high up, and the worst part is his key is literally way on the other side of the map in a completely cut off place. Like, this is a high place that's completely cut off from everything else. It only goes to here. And there's no way you can use these trees to traverse, like, from Rudolph's high up section over, because that would just require so many jumps. I mean, you could probably pull it off in 1, 2 jumps, but I mean dives. That was like 5 button presses of the A and B. Whereas this whole mountain section is all connected together. So presumably this would be the easiest Vladimir over here, but even this has its problems. Right, you can get here, but then once you're in here, like, the things are going to eat you alive. The monsters in snow are going to eat you alive. So you kind of... There might be a way you can strategically use your jumps to get a lot of... It's just not good. I'm pretty sure the way that it was solved was you go over here, which allows you to only take 1 damage. You get the key. Pretty simple stuff. And then you sort of do this, and then see, it didn't really work out there. You do need some luck. Like, the strategy that was implemented for the A plus B button challenge did not work first try, but I figured you just needed the right RNG. So if I try again, you kind of just have to manipulate. I think I got hit. You gotta manipulate them in just the right way. That was definitely not it. Trust me. But I did. Okay. Anyway, so for Vladimir, definitely an easier one. It obviously looks much more approachable than a lot of the other bears. It's lower to the ground. It's actually lower. Oh, I forgot you existed. It's lower on the ground than all the other bears. It's even lower than the start point. But the issue is those monsters that make you jump. If you watch the A plus B button video, I mean, I can here. Whee! Okay, so what you're gonna want to do, I can even time warp. See, I didn't have Geocar mod back then, but so if you jump that way, oh wow, those things know where you're gonna go somehow. Those things are good, but Vladimir, a lot of your buttons don't work when you're in time scale, so go. But yeah, if I go over here, whoop, whoop, ow. I'm pretty sure you can do that without getting hit. And then You have to time that landing so that you can hit forward. You can watch the video. I'm not about to do it right now. But you do some little bit of shooting, and you can make it across to that key and then over to the cage without dying and open that cage up. But so that's Vladimir's a pretty easy one. Maybe not from this cave entrance would it have been as easy, but because we had access to the this area thanks to the other bears, it was not that bad actually. So being able to access this area really made Vladimir a walk in the park for the A plus B button challenge. But accessing that area is essentially impossible. I mean, even if you were able to, you know, come through this cage and make it all the way to this tree, which would be in itself more difficult than just getting to the vines, you still can't get up. Which you wouldn't need to, because you made it to the tree, so you could just run to the vines over there. But again, the whole point is that you need to get across that minefield, essentially, without jumping or diving. Getting to either of those two places would be equally as difficult. The only reason that coming from the tree makes it easier is because you're coming from the tree and not going from the cave to the tree at first. So being able to come from this area up here to the tree is what makes it nice. And I think the way that happens is you, in the A plus B button challenge, you save Rudolph, then you just walk over here. Then you just walk, and avoid him or her. I don't know. And then you walk and you walk and try not to perish, which is, you know, easier said than done. Ow. And you walk, and you had fun walking. Oh gosh. Hi. I think he's mad at me. Anyway. So now the really cool thing about this level is, despite the fact that everything is so high up, making it what, you know, the worst possible case scenario for the A and B button challenge, it's actually so awesome, because if you, you know, get to the highest point in the level, which should be the hardest thing to do in the level, surprisingly it wasn't, but, well, I mean, it still was, but if you get to the highest point in the level, in theory, you could just fall down to every other point. And if you're lucky enough to get to the highest point in the level without using any button presses, you could just keep going back up there, technically, as many times as you like, and then get to all the other spots. Maybe not Rudolph, because Rudolph is also another high point, and there's not really an easy way to bridge the gap. Except for the fact, you know, that there actually is just a really crazily convenient way to bridge the gap that the developers decided to put in the game. Thank you so much, Dan. So honestly, I don't remember quite a lot about the development of what led into this. I just remember I was working on it at some point. And I mean, the first inclination I had was to come back here. I mean, there isn't much you can do in the main area, because this is a boss, this is a dead end, you can't get out of here, so there's not really hope there. Again, whenever I say can't here, I mean, like, more than likely not, or this is too hard to look at the moment. What's the first thing you do when you approach these challenges? It's not go to the hardest possibility first, no, it's go to the easiest possibility. There's probably nothing over here. You might be able to use a bounce on a penguin or something to get up onto here, which is seemingly impossible, but even if you were able to do that, then you have to somehow clear this gap, or do something with a wall climb, because, like, you could force a wall climb here, probably. Oh, the angle is awful, though. There, see, you can force a wall climb, but it still doesn't even get you all the way up. So let's just say that the wall climb happened to get you all the way up. That would still require 1A press to get up here. Can you get over the fence? Yes. And then you have fence, which is not that useful. And then you get the jump pad. But again, you have to somehow, which is seemingly impossible, get all the way up here, using maybe a penguin bounce in those boxes somehow. Maybe you have WC3, but that usually requires a jump. And then you have to force a wall climb, which magically gets you more height, which magically lets you ledge grab. Point is, there's not really any way up through here. So, with that being said, the only other two really exits from this area are going up there, which is just flat out impossible. I mean, yeah, in this area, there's just like no hope. And then there's also this rock wall, which you can climb with no buttons. My game is lagging. Oops. You can climb with no buttons. Well, actually, I'm not even sure anymore. Wait, wait. It might not even be possible to, like, because the slide makes you go straight down. It's so dumb. Oh, I just did it. Y'all, clip that. It's possible to do that without pressing any buttons. Once you do that, you're kind of stuck. Unless you, again, force a wall climb. But now there's no way to get to the other platform. After you're done doing your whatever that was. I don't know how that works. I'm worried that you have to use buttons to do that, though. But that is a discovery, that's for sure. Nope, that's just possible. Gosh. That's insane. But like I said, now there's no way to get to that blue block. You can force a wall climb, but you can't go anywhere. You have to jump. And then you already have to... There's more blocks, which are even more farther away. Like, you would need at least one... You would need at least one? Assuming that magically gets you up. 2, 3, 4. We're just gonna count them all as 1. 1, 2, 3, and then magically you hover over to this because I said so. That's 3 jumps. That's not good. So that's a no-go. So this whole area is screwed. Your only option really is to come over here. Getting up these blocks is just impossible. I don't even know how you get height. Probably with this rock or something. Oh, you can force a wall climb here, actually. I'm realizing. There's an outlet. For some reason. You can force a wall climb here, I'm realizing. Because, yeah. You can force a wall climb, which... Oh, it triggers a ledge grab, which is really bad, actually. You do not want a ledge grab there. So you will probably want to trigger a ledge wall climb on this wall. Not that one. And then, let's just say you get a good wall climb where it's like that. That's the wall climb you kind of want. You'd still need another A press. Yeah, there's like no hope. So that leaves us to the next obvious option, which is this, this. Free height without any button presses, but, not much you can do after that. If you climb up the wall, you'll just slide back down. There's nothing you can do from there, so you just gotta keep going. And I mean, everyone's mind who's knowledgeable enough to know, hey, how do you get height when you can't press any buttons? You use free height generators. See these things on the ground? Yeah, they're called free height generators. You are in the way. And this is honestly your last option, because you can either go in this cave, which I don't even... It did exist, yeah. I think it did exist. You can either go in that cave, or you can go on this lift, which doesn't work. You can try to, glitch the game to get the lift to work, but we haven't done the glitch that extreme in SBA before. You could try to climb the lift to use this rope, but good luck climbing that, without pressing any buttons. So your only option that literally is to use the jump pad. And then you get these blocks, but the blocks are so far away from anything. Your first inclination might be to go over there, but without using any button presses, that's just impossible. You can do it with one, and then get a penguin to, knock you upright if the ice would... There we go. And then you could easily just refill your health over there, and then dodge the penguins over here. Oh gosh. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that. All that's to say is it's possible that you could get to John from that bounce pad with one B press, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. You could get here with one B press, get up, there's a heart right there. All that's really good. And then you have access to that ramp, which you could get up with another 1 or even 2 damage, and then you're up and you're good. Which, let me look at it, honestly. Like, I'm assuming you would have to probably take... No, I think you can take 1 damage if you maneuver over here properly. You can avoid the snowball. So you can get up here with 1 damage. Then there is a heart right here that no one will see you. No one will even see you. You can get the heart. You can be at full health. You do have to deal all the enemies, but you have access to the jump pad, and then you're good. You'd be good. You can do all of this with 1 B press. I'm just realizing this is like definitely going to be the route for Real Time AB Challenge. I just discovered the route for Real Time AB Challenge. The route is you go to that jump pad back there. Guys, that was terrible. You would not do that. Definitely not do that. I'm so bad at this game. I meant that. There we go. Hi. Yep. Haha. Get Geo Carbon. Oh, actually, I need to turn this off so I can take damage. But, you do that. Do that. Get knocked up. Strat your way around these guys. Just be good at this game and then you'll be fine. You can get them to slide off the edge. You don't need them. And then you might be able to get on the side. Might. I think you could. Can you not get on the side? Is there no way to get on the side? At this point, like, I don't even want to anymore. I guess there's not. That is insane. Wow, that's so, oh yeah, that stuff is awful. Okay, I guess there's no way on the side. So what you would do is you would wait by the side, that's for sure. Then you go. And then they might be able to do this without taking any damage. But then you would wait there. You would hurry. Go here. Pull back. Not get seen by the penguin, that's fine. Ruined itself anyway. And then you would get the heart, and then you're up here, and then you can continue all the strats without the 1 in a million chance. Awesome! This is really, well, not 1 in a million chance, but like 1 in 100 chance. 1 in 50, it's probably not that bad, but the thing is, like, you really don't want to be doing that. Yeah, that's the new strat. That everyone watching this video, you just witnessed the discovery of the new real-time AB, but AB, minimum AB challenge, real-time strat. There you go. Anyway, so that is definitely a good route. However, can you do better? Back to this very conveniently placed rope here. As I was saying, back to this very conveniently placed rope here. This does provide you a way out, and it's you can just walk up it. It's not like invisible. It does have a hitbox. It's not like one of those things in video games that don't have a hitbox, which is honestly really surprising that they put the time to put a hitbox to this thing. So it has geometry. You can get up here, and that gets you in this small little spot, which is seemingly useless. Like, you are stranded. There is a huge chasm between you and everything else. All you have access to is this, which requires a B press, so you can't use it. It would be nice if you could use it too, because for the cost of 1 B press, which we just discovered, for 1 B press you can dive across, and you don't even need and some better gameplay. For the cost of 1 B press, you could do this. If I was actually good at the game, you can get a ground pound chain going, and with this ground pound chain, you... Oh wait, no, what am I saying? You cannot get a ground pound chain going. That is way too many B presses. Ignore everything I just said. You are going back to the bottom. So for the cost of 1 B press, you can use the solo pad and do this strat with the penguins. Go up here, get the heart, and you're good. For the cost of... try not to do that this time. For the cost of 0 B presses, you can get here, which is high, but you're also in a predicament where you're stuck. You can't run across this gap. I've tried it. At least I'm assuming I have. I don't think I need to. Yeah, that's not happening. And you're basically stranded. You're on this high place. So you can also wall climb to get this much height, but again, then you just slide down. You can't do anything with this. There's nothing you can do with the cage. The only thing you can interact with this is B, which could just be an issue. I'm gonna just do this for now, so it doesn't bother me. The only thing that you could actually do, okay, you do have access to this, which just lets you go lower and back up, which could be used for beam and dip, but the last thing you want to do is beam and dip. Anyway, so what you can do is you can force a wall climb. It is hard though to force a wall climb here because it's an adjacent wall. Your timing has to be just right. I just wall climb mostly off the. I am finding some weird stuff. This is why I always record. There, that's a wall climb. Problem? You can't do anything. No matter how good of a wall climb you can get a wall climb like this. Oops. As I said, you can get a wall climb like this. Does nothing for you. You can get a wall climb like this, like really close. You can't do anything. You can't do anything without, pressing B or something. Like if you got a wall climb right here, depart and then you're good. That would work, but you have to press a button. He's angry. And so you're left here with, again, absolutely nothing you can do. In fact, even if you got here, you'd be kind of screwed. But you can actually do this. Again, I did have Geocarbon back then, so it was much more difficult. Let me see if I can do this now when I have Geocarbon. Bop. That was not it. Nope. Bop. That was not it. Bop. 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 So there's a cool thing you can do in ice, and if you touch an edge, it redirects your momentum, which allows you to do some pretty cool things. First, let me clear this off. In fact, I'll be right back, everyone. We're right back, everyone. And so, something you can do with ice is you can use the edges to give you boosts of speed, and you are able to. I was able to use this to get my speed in a position where this is 0.4 times speed, by the way, everyone. You can make it across. It's not easy, but you can. Using the speed to boost in just the right way. I was able to cleanly make it over. It's not easy, that's for sure. Especially since this ramp is tilted this direction, which is so annoying. So, that's very hard. And why would you do that? If you could just simply go over here, trigger a ledge grab, that's not a good one. Trigger a normal ledge grab. What should these be called? Like when you wall run out of a direction you really shouldn't be wall running out of. You could do a better one, I'm sure. This is gonna have to work. You could just do that. It's free, 0 A presses. Then jump across. Okay, if I didn't wait to explain it all to you. As I was saying. Oh, there we go. That's the one I was talking about. Jump across. Done. That costs 1 A press. That's pretty good. You do use the jump pad, take the thing up to here, you climb up, you do one of those glitchy wall run up things somehow magically, then you just jump across and you're good. So you can do that, it only takes 1 A press. Or you can do the other strategy where you go down over, we're gonna do this. Okay, there we go. Or you can do the other strategy where you go down over there, then come up this ramp. Is 1 B press, 1 B press, 1 A press. It's the same thing in the AB challenge. You have both of those options, both of which are not options that I discovered on the day that I actually did the challenge. Because, yeah, I just went straight for the hardest, the most complicated and complex 0 AB strat, obviously. What would you expect from J-Runner E? But there you go. Those are 2 strats that cost the same. 1 button press, 1 AB press. Can you do 0? It's always that one last one because 1 gets so much done. 1 always does so much because it's that one thing that fixes that one problem. And if you don't have the one thing that fixes the one problem, you have to fix every single problem. So the problem is, you can do this, but then you can't dismount. And that, my friend, is what the B is for. The B is the thing that allows you to dismount. Now, as you saw, there's a way that you can dismount by landing on the B when it comes after you. So obviously, when you are playing SBA normally, and also me, because I didn't have the Geo Card on at the time, you can't get hit by this B, or you will take damage and you will slowly die. So that made testing awful. But in the real game, like when it has to actually be proven in, can it actually be done without mods, it means that you have 2 options. Option 1 is you do this weird wall climb thing. I'm trying not to hurt the bee. You can do this weird wall climb thing. The bee hits you onto this ice platform. That was the first strategy found, where the bee hits you off onto the ice platform. So you're doing a wall climb here, and the bee hits you off. So I don't know how I can simulate that, but there. Okay, well, or that. So you can do that, then the bee hits you off, that means you have 2 health. Right, and if you have 2 health left, that has its own complications, because one question is, how do you get off from here? Well, one answer is simply you can run off, because as I said, it's possible to run off of this and just make it. It's very difficult, and I've only gotten it, I think, once, ever. And one time I came really, really close. Actually, I think I got it twice. But it requires something like that. I was pretty fast. Really sketchy movement. But you can get onto here by having the bee hit you off of this wall, like right here. Like if you get hit, boom, right there, you got hit. You're at 2 HP left, and now you're on the ice. That leaves you with 2 HP. Now, the original strategy... Now, first of all, when this happened, I was super excited. Because, I just got... That was big, because I made it to this ice platform. This ice platform is super useful because of where it is. It is pretty high compared to that one right there. It is, so close for me getting onto the mountain. But... there's still problems. I mean, the ice platform is slippery. There's still a bee coming after us. Remember, we're talking about the strategy where you don't kill the bee, where it punches you off of the wall and you land on the ice block. There's still a bee coming after you, and you would like to kill it, but you can't. Which means that you have to survive that. So one way that you can do that is you can get the bee to lunge at you about right here. And then see these little boosts that the ice gives you? You can use that boost, so when the bee lunges at you, you can quickly... Not there. You can quickly boost out the way. When it misses you, the bee runs into the back wall. So now your bee is at the back wall. Then what you can do is while your bee, we need something for like the bee. How can I get a bee? Can I get a bee? Can I deactivate the bees? Like I want to get the bee. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, this, and this. There we go. And then object to player. There we go. That's good. Trust. WAP. Size. Let's make it look like a bee. So y'all, this is a bee. Trust. Like this is. I know what I'm doing. Definitely. This is a bee. Okay. So we got this bee right here. Covering up my D-pad. Yeah. Okay, we got this bee. And this bee, whoop, 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 whoop. So this bee is right here. And then it's gonna come for you. It's gonna lunge at you, right? But right before it can get you, what you want to do? Oh no! What you want to do is you want to right before it gets you, you're going to use the repulsion on the back to move out of the way right before it gets you. Okay. Now this bee is up against the wall. I can stop doing this. So you're on this platform completely legitimately, and the bee is right here. The bee runs into the wall because it missed you, and its momentum slash its direction because it wants to keep moving. Right, it's a bee, so it's gonna slide against the wall some. And when it slides against the wall, eventually it's gonna give up on its chase. It missed you and it can't turn around fast enough, so it gives up on its chase. And it turns around and goes back home. And when it goes back home, what it's going to do is it's going to hit Baron. And hitting Baron, won't do much. Like, if I hit Baron off the edge right now and I didn't have no clip on, he would just fall off. But because the bee does damage, when it hits Baron, it's going to do a damage knockback, which is enough to make it across the gap and onto this platform. Hi. And so that is the sort of the strategy that I came up with, where you have the object, you have the bee, not only, so what you do is you come up here, you use the jump pad, you use the rope, you come all the way up here, you wall climb, you get the bee to punch you off, and then you trick the bee, it's missing you, it runs against the wall, and then when it runs against the wall, it's eventually going to turn around. Don't do whatever I just did, or you'll be very sad, because all the stuff that I just said is like a very low chance. Then it hits the wall, and then when it hits the wall, it then turns around and hits you off onto this ledge, and you have made it onto the mountain without pressing the A or the B button a single time. You have 1 HP left, but that's fine. I mean, there's a heart right here. You can outmaneuver the enemies. There's a bounce pad right here. Boom, that's a heart right there. Another bounce pad right here. And yes, you can take out all these enemies without pressing the A or B button. For these guys over here, you just want to lure them over. You can use the bounce pad here for the B. Bounce on them. This guy over here, very simple. You just want to alert him so he begins walking in your direction. And eventually he'll lunge right off the edge, right by. And then for this bee, you can actually get it with a land on its head. We're going to leave it alive for now, though. So, there you go. You're on this mountain, and immediately, what you can do is you can get John. So with John, you're going to want to kill the bee or dodge the bee, whatever. Then you use the completely replaced bounce pad. Come in here, get the key. Boom, done. And now you're probably wondering, well, how did you get back up? Well, you just go grab 2 more HP and then repeat the entire awful process that, is a 1 in, I would say, ignoring the difficulty that is getting up the rope, it's easy enough. Managing to get the wall climb, which you can see how finicky it is. Like, watch. Like, I cannot get this wall climb. I was saying. No, but that won't work. See, if you get this awful wall climb, it won't work. You're just gonna get hit. You won't be able to get hit onto the ice platform. You need that really good one, that, like, really magic one, in order for it to work. So, you get the wall climb. The really, really hard wall climb, like I said, insanely hard wall climb. And the moment you get the wall climb, keep in mind, you have to keep trying, and if you mess this up, you fall all the way down. Like, you get 1 shot to get the wall climb, or you have to use the bounce pad, go on the rope, climb all the way back up, and you get 1 more shot. Oh. Momentum conservation, y'all. You get 1 shot to hit the wall climb. 1 shot. Then you have to come all the way back up again and try again. And then if you happen to get lucky and get that wall climb on that 1 shot, well, guess what? Now you also need the bee to be in the right place at the right time to hit you off onto this. All of that is just insanely hard. Like, I probably could try to do that for 10 to 20 minutes and not get it a single time. I don't know if I could do it even in an hour. Like, that is really hard. It gets worse, because after that, then you get 1 shot because you have 2 HP left and you need to manipulate the bee to miss you. Why is the game being weird? To miss you. And once it misses you, then you have to get the bee to miss you, go along the wall, and then hit you off onto the platform. All that needs to be done, then you can't make a mistake and die. Keep in mind, you have to do this all twice. Once to get John's key, then once to come back up here, come back down, and save John. So there you go. You have John saved. Good luck doing any of that in a real-time run. That's just like insane. Just insane. You can't. Good luck. So that is the way you can do it. I also want to mention this over here. As you saw before, it is possible for the bee to lunge at you while you're on this. And then you slide down, land on the bee, and bounce off of the bee. And you have that bounce, and then you can land on the ice platform. In that case, what you do is you get on the ice platform with full HP, but the problem is now you've killed the bee because you have to bounce on it. For that, like I said, it is possible to use this ice platform to land on here. It is hard. I will not. Don't be mistaken, it is hard. But it is possible to go straight from the ice platform using the geometry and stuff and good speed to land on here without the bees knocked back. So those are 2 options. If you kill your bee... Well, if you kill your bee, there's no way back up, so you can't even do that. Like, you can't even... If you happen to land on your bee, game over. Like, if you're doing John. Because you have to jump down and then come back, and if your bee is dead, then there's no way back over. So you can't do that. You cannot kill your bee. If it's the second time and you're about to go free to cage, exit the level, sure. You can do it. You can kill the bee. So that's all fine and dandy. This works for John, and you can go get Vladimir. But that leaves y'all. That leaves 2 more bears that you cannot get. Oh well, that also leaves Kia. But I don't know. This video is at 40 minutes. Maybe I'll make a part 2. Part 2? Chat, everyone? Yeah, like for part 2. I'm joking. I'm just gonna make a part 2 anyway. We'll talk about part 2. So this part we talked about like the discovery, some things. We actually made discoveries. We made the discovery of this real time strat, which is pretty good. We did some weird, funny stuff with climbing vines and stuff. And we talked about the craziness that is how difficult it is to do this. In fact, all you people watching, comment a link to a YouTube video of you or telling the Discord, show me you actually pulling off, using the jump pad, going on the rope, getting onto the wall, getting hit by the bee or whatever strategy you want to use. You can use either one of them. Get on the ice and then get off the ice onto the mountain. Do all of that in 0 AB presses. And if you do that, you should go save Vladimir. Don't do John. Yeah, go save Vladimir. If you do that, go save Vladimir. Because you just did something that no one else has ever done in history. Don't waste it. Send me a video of you actually pulling it off. It is so hard. It is like one of them. Getting this wall climb is like 125, and keep in mind, so that means you have to like do 25 of these awful bounce pad rope things. So 1 in 25, then the bee actually hitting you right, like, and then after that you have to get off the ice. And remember, if you fall off because you messed up the bee strat or you messed up the insanely hard momentum timing, again, all your work gone. If you manage to get that 1 in 25, then the bee hit you. You're like a 1 in 100 chance right here. Probably took you an hour just to get on the ice block. You messed it up, you have to start all over. And how many of your runs are going to get off the ice block? Maybe 1 in 50 runs will get off the ice block. Like, it is so hard. 1 in 20 to 1 in 50. This is anywhere from like 1 in 2,000 to 1 in 5,000 strat. Like, it will take you 10 hours to pull this off. Unless you're better. You might be better at the game than me. It would take me like 10 hours to pull this off one time, playing constantly for 10 hours to do this. It's so hard. So we talked about that. And then next time we'll talk about how I went about solving Alex, Skia, and Flake, and Rudolph. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Adios. Oh wait, I can do this.